Kids content on YouTube, as many and myself have reiterated time again, never has had a good track record. Even when genuinely good creators fell into the category, it has always been seen as loud, annoying, and obnoxious, with many kids channels nowadays opting to have barely any dialogue and be very bare bones at most. This has led to content that often feels soulless and like it's only there to make a quick buck rather than to entertain the viewer. These channels have been relatively successful in capturing their target audience, with many parents and guardians of children sitting their toddlers in front of this type of content for hours upon hours. But while this content can be used to teach children basic life skills, it can also be used to teach them much worse, as themes of infidelity, pregnancy, and other adult subject matters have been shown in these types of videos. Not only that, but some of the individuals behind this type of content are people most would say don't deserve such an audience of children due to their past actions. So in today's video, join me as I discuss the deranged and overall degenerate past of some of YouTube's biggest kids creators who are in the family channel genre. Damien and Bianca, two of YouTube's biggest stars in the family channel genre. With 4 children in their household and a channel of over 10 million subscribers, these two have become what many would say are internet celebrities. While on the surface their content is what you'd expect out of people who open their videos off like this, Damien and Bianca. The Prince family lore actually runs much deeper than just the over-the-top content. So, let's explore the rabbit hole. Born and raised in Fort Wayne, Indiana alongside 4 siblings, Damien Antoine Prince had a pretty rough childhood growing up. With him constantly skipping school and getting into fights, Damien had accumulated an estimate of over 200 referrals in his time at school. Suffice to say, he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. During his late teen years, Damien was constantly passed around to live with different members of his family, due to incidents that would constantly take place within the homes that he was in. Soon after his mother signed him over to his dad, Damien would move in with him. Although Damien was now out of his mother's hands, his dad's attention was far away from his sons, and so when he moved in, Damien was expected to get a job to provide for himself, opting to apply at a Little Caesars nearby. Upon having this new string of income, Damien and his then girlfriend, not Bianca, would plan to run away together, although this dream was soon squashed, as when they moved halfway across the country together, she cheated on him, leaving him to return back to Indiana and to stay in an apartment with his brother. Upon returning home, Damien had found a new passion within YouTube, starting his first channel with uploading clips from the game NBA 2K. After some conflict between him and his brother, Damien would be evicted from his apartment. Now with nowhere to stay, Damien was at his lowest and had no one to depend on. Enter Bianca Reigns. Bianca and Damien had met beforehand at Little Caesars when they both were co-workers, Bianca at the time being 15 years old in her sophomore year of high school, and Damien being at the very adult age of 20 years old. Yeah, Bianca was a victim. Bianca had come from a relatively stable background, with both her parents being pretty well off, so you can imagine when they heard about her daughter getting involved with a 20-year-old 5 years older than her, they were pretty upset about it all.
Meeting Damien, I remember Bianca being like, "Mom, what do you think? I like this boy. He's 3 years older than I am." And I'm like, nope, that's too, that's too many years. I don't approve of it. I want you to live life. Ain't nothing that they want at that age other than something that I don't want to think my child, having or being in a relationship or anything like that.
Nonetheless, Bianca and Damien still had what they had and kept the relationship going regardless of outsiders' opinions. After a while, a 22-year-old Damien had a child on the way from a now 17-year-old Bianca. This led to Damien being fired from Little Caesars on the spot for obvious reasons. With no money to support his family, this led to Damien returning to YouTube with Bianca on a channel called D&BNation. They went through the typical stages of starting a YouTube channel and only got their first feel of success from a breakup prank video, earning themselves over $18,000 on their first check, which soon went up to over $100,000 on their second. The two had found a formula that worked and weren't going to let it go anytime soon, even to this day making videos in the same vein. But as you all know, with success comes controversy, and these two are no strangers to it. Damien and Bianca's videos had started off with mindless fun. However, over the time, the two started to get a bit more, let's say, adult with their content, with videos like Caught in the Shower with Twin Sisters prank having very uncomfortable and unsettling undertones. I mean, we're looking at a video where the dad of Damien is seen showering with his daughter-in-law. But while these videos don't go past your average run-of-the-mill clickbait risque type of content, let's dive into the Prince family's worst scandal of all time. In early 2017, Damien and Bianca would start up their very own university. Not a real one, cause that would be a travesty, but a content creation course designed to help their audience succeed at being YouTubers themselves. This course promises participants that by the end of the course, they would have the tools they need to be successful YouTubers like Damien and Bianca themselves, costing its users up to $395 if they wanted this information. You can already see how this was a scam. The site for D&BUniversity had many issues, and most of which were never resolved by the couple, even by late November 2017. The couple had posted many things alluding to something happening with the project, however, nothing ever came to fruition. Skipping over the near breakup situation because, well, to be quite frank, I believe it was quite fake, let's jump to a controversy that somewhat ties back to the beginning of Damien and Bianca's relationship back when she was 15 and he was 20. On February 3rd, 2021, the Prince family would upload a video with a very weird premise. In this video, Damien and Bianca would sift through a collage of young girls and be asked to guess their ages. All of this seems pretty harmless until you get into the video itself. Damien, as we all know, has no problems with dating underage girls, and so when you look at a video of him complimenting a 15-year-old girl on the look of her cleavage, you can see the problem here. Not only that, but the thumbnail for this video is very out there to say the least, with Damien in the corner saying to what the audience would assume is a 12-year-old girl from the thumbnail. Thankfully, the girl in the thumbnail wasn't actually 12, but a lot of the victims, that's what they called them throughout the video, were underage. Of all the creators I've had the displeasure of covering, none have been as deranged and perverted as the Prince family. From Damien being a groomer to the weird and distasteful pranks have cemented themselves in my mind as the worst family on YouTube. As time has gone on, many would say that the content on YouTube has degraded, for lack of a better term, with many stating that it feels less authentic and it feels too high production. And to all that, I like to agree with you. However, to say that this is a bad thing is kinda ignoring the reasons why YouTube started to foster better developed content. And in today's video, we covered one of them, that being the creation of channels like the Prince family. With content so out there that it has themes of success, it's no wonder YouTube has started to have a stricter grasp on its website's content. Have I agreed with what most of YouTube has done with the site in the past 2 years? Well, you all know the answer, and that's a swift no. And what they've done also hasn't fully worked to cut down on the type of content the Prince family is known for, but it has worked partially. With all that being said, here's some more videos of mine I think you'll really enjoy. I've been Just Quilted, and until next week, later.